Hey guys, today we're going to be in Tinkercad making a Christmas ornament or a holiday ornament or something to hang for the holidays. So I'm going to walk you through some basic steps of that. Here's my work plane, and the first thing I'm going to do is choose the shape that I want my ornament. Now I want you to think about an ornament maybe being flat. So I'm going to grab a cylinder and drop it onto my work mat like this. I want you to pay attention to the size of your ornament and make sure that you're not making it too tiny. I'm making mine 3 inches by 3 inches. And then I want my ornament to be pretty flat, so I'm going to make it 1/4 of an inch. So here I have a 3 inch by 3 inch circle, and it's 1/4 of an inch thick. Okay. I've also played around with some other shapes in Tinkercad that I think would be really great for ornaments. There's stars. I made this snowman shape with just different sizes of circles. This ring could be pretty cool. And then I made this tree with this scribble. And I can show you how to do that in a different video, but I was able to create that with a scribble. But I'm going to go back to my basic circle. My ornament needs a hole, and I'm going to make that hole before I start decorating my ornament because I want to make sure that I leave space for that hole. So I'm going to make that a priority. So I'm going to drop in another cylinder, and I set that cylinder right there on the work mat. I'm going to drag this cylinder into my first cylinder, and I'm going to resize it to be 1/4 of an inch by 1/4 of an inch. Okay, 1/4 of an inch by 1/4 of an inch. I'm also going to move it to be in the spot where I want my hole. That looks good. Okay, now I'm going to change my solid cylinder to a hole. See, it just went see-through. And now I'm looking at it from the side. I'm going to use my triangle that lifts and lowers to make this whole cylinder stick out of the top and the bottom. I want to make sure that that hole cuts all the way through. Okay, now I need to group my shapes to make that hole actually cut out. Right now it is not cut out. Okay, I cannot see through that. It is not a hole yet. So I'm going to select both of my shapes by drawing a box around them. I know both of my shapes are selected, my orange cylinder and my hole cylinder right here. It says 2. And then I'm going to hit the group button. I hit the group button. Sometimes it takes a minute, but there we go. My hole is cut out and I am ready to decorate. So I can decorate this however I want. I can grab text. It is the easiest to put your text and stack it. See, I've stacked it here. Instead of moving it later on top of my shape, just go ahead and stack it there. See, it's ginormous and it says text, and that's boring. But I can make it say whatever I want by changing the text here. So maybe I want it to say happy. And then I'm going to add a different text box that says holidays. But right now I'm just going to do happy because I want holidays on the next line underneath the word happy. So I'm going to play around with the font, make sure that it's a font that I like. There's not a lot of choices, but let's go with serif. Okay. Now this text is just like a shape. I can resize it however I choose. Okay. Now, because I like the style of this, I'm just going to copy and paste Control-C, Control-V. And right here where it says happy, I'm just going to say holidays. So I know that both of my texts are the same style. Okay. I don't really like the sizing of this. So I'm going to change this up, make it a little smaller. Okay, I also want it nice and centered. I can try to make it centered, or I can select everything, and then right here is the align button, and I want it to be aligned right here in the center. So I'm going to click here, and then boop, it just scooched it on over for me. I really like that. Okay, so it's nice and center, but if I look at this from the side, whoa, those letters are going to be sticking up like way, way, way too high. I don't like that at all. So I'm going to make my letters a lot shorter, maybe even, yeah, 1/8 of an inch. I like the way that looks, okay? And I'm going to change this one. Nope, not 0, 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and I like the way that is looking. I like how much it's sticking up. It's not sticking up like all crazy. I like that. Okay, over here in shapes, I'm going to search for a snowflake. There's a couple of choices, but I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to plop it right on top of there. Remember, it's ginormous, but it's okay. I can just resize it. Okay, and I'm going to make it fit under the happy holidays. Remember, anytime you do something that you don't like, you can just hit undo. Okay. Oh, goodness. I've done something crazy. I'm going to hit undo. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to move this snowflake here. And again, I'm going to highlight all of my shapes, and I'm going to hit the align button. And I want everything aligned in the center, so it's going to scooch things over. Now, because my letters stick out, I think I want my snowflake to be like a cutout, but not like all the way through like a hole. I think I just want it to be like carved out. So I'm going to change my snowflake to be a hole. Okay, right now it's just sitting up on top. But if I click this and I sink it down a little bit into my ornament, it will cut it out. So let me show you that again from the side. I'm clicking my snowflake. Right now it is sunk down inside of my snowflake. Okay. All right. I am going to click my snowflake. I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to click my orange cylinder and I'm going to hit group so that you can see how it cut out that snowflake. Okay, so my letters are going to be sticking up, but the snowflake is going to be sticking down. Okay, and once I'm happy with my ornament, I am going to make sure that everything is grouped. So I'm going to just draw a box around my whole entire ornament, and I'm going to hit group. I want everything to be merged into one big shape. I want everything to be stuck together. See, remember my snowflake doesn't go all the way through. It's just going to be an indentation. Okay, I am happy with my ornament. It is all done. Right here is the name of your project. Tinkercad gives your project a crazy name all on its own. So right now this is called Neat Wolt. What is that even? So I'm going to click here and I'm going to say Jen Ornament. My name and what my project is. Okay, always name it your name and what your project is. And now it's time to send me your project or save your project. So you're going to hit export right here. You're going to leave all of this alone and you're just going to hit STL. This is the kind of file that our 3D printers understand. So I'm going to hit STL. It's preparing to export. This is going to save to your downloads. When you hit export and you save it to your downloads, it's going to go to your downloads folder. So right here, down here in this corner, this shows me that it's still working. I shouldn't close this out until it's done. And it's clearly having to think quite a bit. Well, it's really thinking. So it is going to save, It will save to my downloads. And then I have a file that is ready to be sent to Mrs. Miller to be printed. All right. Good luck, guys.